Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Makeup. So this video is kind of a redo for my most popular video here on the channel. It's the Kanata Kerchief square top. It's very popular, especially the English ones, very popular, have a lot of views and there's a lot of complaints. I read your comments, people, I really do, and there's a lot of comments. It's kind of fast for some people. You can follow what I'm doing. I really wanted to not make this video very long, that's why I'm speeding up a little bit. So I didn't know that it will be so fast for some people. I'm so sorry. I apologize for doing that, but I decided to recreate this video again for you, for the people who don't follow up with me in this kind of a very quick kind of a like speeding up things. So this is a redo for the same video. Of course, I'm gonna link the old video or the main video on the card description box down below if you want to go and check it out, but this one is a redoing for the same course. I really hope this one will be more helpful than the old one, and if you want a detailed one like from scratch and knowing the basics, if you are especially a beginner, knowing the basics from everything and doing the whole thing with me, like crocheting the top, complete top with me, I have a full course showing you everything that you need to know. That of course it will not be available on this video or on the old one, because I was just like recording like the main pattern, not the very basics of the crocheting. But on this course that I'm gonna share in the description box down below, and it will be in the cards and in the end of this, like in the screen at the end of this video, like I'm showing you everything you need to know, like every specific like silly like detailed thing that you need to do, especially if you are a beginner. I really hope this course will be helpful for you people, especially if you're a beginner, as I said, because yeah, crocheting and like finishing and all this stuff, if you are a beginner, can be a little bit confusing. But if you know what you're doing and you just like complaining from being so fast on the first video, this video is for you. So enjoy watching. I'm gonna show you everything on this video again. I'm gonna recording everything again. So if you want to go and check out the older video, it will be description box, as I said. If you want to watch this video, go ahead. If you want to like go up and go and see my course, it will be in the cards and in the description box and in the card in the screen as well. So sorry for the people who complain about being so fast on the first video, and this one is for you. And if you want to go and check the course, will be down below. So let's go crocheting, and happy crocheting everyone. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I love you so much. See you. First, this is Alice Diva Silky Effect yarn. I'm gonna use this beautiful like a baby blue color, or kind of a sky sea color. It's really beautiful, so I'm gonna use this color here, and it's Silky Effect. It's really fine one, but it's really nice and really strong. I really love using this kind of yarn, and this color is number 346. I'm sorry. Okay, if you want to try the same color, but of course you can choose whatever color you like. So in this course, or in this top, I'm gonna crochet using 5 skeins for medium to large size. If you're gonna make it like a X large or 2X large, of course you're gonna need another skein. And if you're gonna do from X small to small, you're gonna use about like 4 skeins, but just in case, have another one in case you're gonna need more. Actually, that like the yarn that you're gonna use in this top depends on the length of the top that you're gonna make. So for me, the perfect length, because I made this twice before, and I'm gonna make this course for you guys, so I already know I need 5 skeins of yarn. Actually, I used about 4.5 or 4.5 and just a little bit more, but of course you buy by skeins, so I'm gonna have a full stack of 5 skeins. It comes in this, okay? But of course you can buy individually. Okay, so this is for the yarn, and for the crochet hook I'm gonna use 5mm hook. I know it looks so big, comparing to the yarn size, but we're gonna make something fluffy and something like a very wide, very flexible. So we're gonna use a bigger hook for this yarn. So I'm gonna use 5mm hook. Of course, if you want to make it more fluffier, more bigger, you can use 5.5 or 6, but don't go too far because it will not look beautiful and the pattern will not hold together. If you want to make it more tight, of course you can go for 4.5 or 4, but it will be a little bit tighter, and we're gonna need more yarn to work with to do the same size. So this is the perfect 5mm hook with 5 skeins of yarn to make our project or our top. So now let's go to the next chapters or the next videos to show you how to crochet, and let's make this together step by step to show you everything. And I really hope this course will be beautiful and helpful, and that's like, stop plopping and let's begin. See you in the next chapter. Okay guys, let's start. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit with the lens. I hope, yeah, that's better. Of course, in editing, if it's not better, I'm gonna like zoom in the editing, but I guess that's nice. I can see what I'm recording right now. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do a magic ring. It's really easy to do, and how I'm gonna use it, do it. So I'm gonna like add a little bit of tail in my hands, just like this, and just go around my 2 fingers here, okay, and make like, it's really hard to explain it in a slow motion, so I'm gonna make kind of a cross on the top of my fingers, okay, again. So I'm gonna hold it, just go in like oblique way, and just like this, and try to do an X on the top of your 2 fingers, okay. And then I'm gonna hold my crochet hook and just go under this one, okay, and grab that. This is the yarn itself connected to my skein. I'm gonna grab that from underneath and just go around like this, and to secure my magic ring. My magic ring is done, but I'll always love to secure it with one chain, okay, so it's secure. When I leave it from my fingers, okay, it's done, it's here, okay. And how we change it, we just grab that so it's closed and it's like open, okay. So it's really easy to do. Let's do it again. So I'm gonna hold my tail, go around, just do this X with my crochet hook, go under this one and grab that one, and go like this and grab it to make one chain to secure the ring. And then I can take it off from my fingers, and here we go, I have my ring. So let's start. I'm gonna hold my ring, okay, or my thumb ball, I guess, and just go all around and add my yarn in here. Of course, then I do a demonstration again in the DIY video, so yeah, if you want to create it, it will be so helpful for crocheting. So here we go. I have one chain here and I have my ring secure and beautiful, but I have one chain. So what I need another 2 chains, 1, 2, to have my 3 chain as a start. And this 3 chain will work as a double crochet, okay. So this is a double crochet. And again, I'm gonna yarn over, okay, just like go from under around, and then go to my magic ring just inside and grab the yarn, okay, and do a double crochet. So I'm gonna yarn over again, go through 2 loops. So I have 2 loops left, and then I'm gonna go through 2 loops, and this is a double crochet. So now I have a double crochet, and 3 chains works as a double crochet, so I have 2 double crochets right now inside the ring. And again, I'm gonna yarn over, just go through the ring, yarn over, grab the yarn over, go through 2 loops, yarn over, go through 2 loops. So here we go, I have 3 double crochet, okay. So next I'm gonna make another 2 chains, okay. So I need 4 clusters of 3 double crochet inside the ring before close it. I'm gonna close it just a little bit, so it's because it's too wide, okay. So I have chain 2, and again I'm gonna yarn over and make 3 double crochets now. Okay, I made 2 because I have the 3 chains. Now I need 3 double crochets, so I have 1, and then go again, I have 2. Okay, go again, inside the ring, I have 3. And hold the ring with your 2 fingers like this so it's open, so you can see and it's like nice and ready for you to work in. So I have 1 and 2 cluster of 3 double crochets, and I have 2 chains in between. Again, I'm gonna chain 2, be the next corner. I need 4 corners because it's square, of course. So I need another 2, so let's go. So I have 1, again 2, and 3. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 of 3 double crochet, chain 2, and the last one, again go 1, 2, and 3 double crochet. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 clusters of 3 double crochet. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna close my ring, which I'm gonna grab the tail and just pull nicely. That's okay. You need a long tail so you can hide it later on. Okay, and then okay, so as you can see, I have my little square begin to have a shape here. So let's see. So as you can see, I have, let's take it off. Okay, so if you can see that, so this is our start point. Okay, so I have 3 double crochet, 3 chains and 2 double crochet. So we have 1, 3 double crochet 2, 3 double crochet 3, 2 double crochet 4. I have like these corners. Okay, the increase will be in the corner later on. So I have a small square, but still there's a space here. I need to make another 2 chains to connect this cluster with the first one. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chain 2, which will be the last, chain 2 in this row, chain 2, and in the 3 chains that we made at the beginning, I'm gonna count 1, 2, and the third one I'm gonna go in with my hook. Okay, just like this, and grab the yarn and go through it, and with the same loop I'm gonna go through the last chain I have to slip stitch and close my row. So now my first row is done and ready. As you can see, begin to have a little square shape, so beautiful and nice. Okay, so let's go to the next video. And so where I am, I didn't do anything. It's just like after slip stitch I am here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chain 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So this will work as double crochet. So each row will start with 3 chains, and we're gonna count it as a double crochet. Okay, and it looks like I am like need to continue working. Of course I can, but I'm gonna do a double crochet inside the same space here. Okay, so consider this comes from the space. I'm gonna go grab the yarn and go inside the space right here and make my double crochet inside. Okay, as you can see, it's seamless, and it will be more obvious as we work on next rows. It will be more obvious that you can see it's seamless and beautiful. So inside each corner I need a cluster or a collection of 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet in each corner. No matter what we're gonna do, we need 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet inside each corner. So I have my first 2 double crochet, but I'm not gonna continue that. So the first row, the beginning of each row, we'll start with 2 double crochet, and we're gonna continue working until we reach that point again to connect. And before we connect, we're gonna continue, or we're gonna complete that one. So I have 2, I'm gonna work, and when I come back I'm gonna show you that we're gonna finish these another 2 double crochet and chain 2 and slip stitch. It will be more obvious when we finish this row. So let's start. Okay, so I have my 2 double crochet, these count to the as a double crochet, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chain 1. Okay, I'm gonna skip the first stitch here, which above the 3 chains here. Okay, And the next one, which above my double crochet, I'm gonna go in, grab the yarn, I'm gonna do a double crochet, and go inside here, and do my double crochet as normal. Okay, so this double crochet in the middle of my 3 double crochet, and I'm gonna chain 1 again, and now I'm gonna skip this one, which is the last double crochet of the 3. So I need to do my double crochet inside the corner, which will be 2 double crochet inside the corner. So I have 1 and I have 2. Okay, here we go. So as you can see, I have squares. I'm gonna make squares in this row. So our work will be 1 row, like complete row of double crochet, and 1 row squares that give us the pattern that you saw on the top. Okay, so I have my first 2 double crochet in the corner. Again, as I said, I'm gonna make chain 2, and again 2 double crochet inside the corner. So this is basic, like we're not gonna change it until we finish our job, no matter what the number of the row. Okay, I have two double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and now I'm gonna chain 1 because I am on the row itself now. I'm gonna skip the first stitch, which it will be this one. It will be a little bit hidden, but just the stitch is the space here, like this loop just before the double crochet. So I'm gonna skip this one, and I'm gonna go to the next one and make my double crochet above it, which will be above the middle double crochet from the previous row, and again chain 1, and again skip this one, which will go to the space, and again we are in a space, so the basic will be 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet inside the same space. Okay, this is the increase of each row, and we'll make the new space for the next row. See this? Begin to a little bit bigger square, be more obvious now. And again, chain 1. Again, I'm gonna skip this stitch. As I told you, it will be a little bit hidden, but how did you know it again? So I have my double crochet here. It's this little loop just before it, not after it, just before it. Okay, so I'm gonna skip it, and the next one will be in the middle. Make my double crochet. I'm gonna chain 2. Now I'm gonna chain 1, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna chain 1 and skip this one, going to the space, and again as a basic we'll make 2 double crochet inside the space, and chain 2, and again 2 double crochet inside the same space. So this is the 4th corner. So I have like 1, but it's not complete, so I have 1, 2, 3 complete, and now we're going to the last one, which was our starting point, right? And again I'm gonna chain 1, repeat the same thing, skip the first stitch, go to the next stitch, which will be in the middle. Okay, my double crochet, chain 1, again skip this one, I will go inside a space. Through this space I have my 3 chains as a double crochet and my other double crochet. So what I need here, my chain 2 and my 2 double crochet, right? So what I'm gonna do my 2 double crochet first, of course, because we start with it and we end with it. And to connect, I'm gonna chain 2. So now it's complete. And here I have my 3 chains, the starting point. I'm gonna count 1, 2, and the third one and above. I'm gonna go again and make slip stitch. Be a little bit it's not obvious in this one. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go in the third stitch with the third chain and slip stitch. Here we go. See this? You can see this. It's beautiful. So now I finished my second row. The first row started with a solid like the 3 double crochet. I'm gonna call it the solid row, okay? And then we're gonna go to the square row, which will have spaces in between, like a double crochet and 1 chain in between, and skipping 1 stitch from the previous row. So I have my solid row as my first row, my second row is my square row, and as you can see, you see because I have my my chain is in here. But as we work, when we finish, you will never be able to see the beginning and the ending. It's hidden inside the work. This trick is amazing when I discovered it. Actually I discovered it when I did. It was like a game changing for granny squares, because these are like a granny square. This is a type of granny square, so we're gonna do big granny square for our tub. So this really helps to hide this. You can use this trick in any granny square. It will change the game and will be more perfect and more professional. So this is the second row. Now it's time to go to the third row, which will be a solid row, all double crochet, and I'm gonna show you in the next video how to do it. Okay guys, so let's start our third row. We have 1, 2. This is the third row. So again, as we start the previous row, again, where I am, I didn't do anything. Let's just make my 3 chains as a double crochet, and then my double crochet inside my space to do my trick and to do half of the corner. Okay, so this row will be all solid, and how to do it, it's really easy actually. So I need to do a double crochet in each chain that I have from the previous row. So I'm gonna yarn over, and see this one, this base, it's above these three chains from the previous row. I'm gonna go in here and make my double crochet. So this is the first double crochet in the row itself, not the space. And then the second one, which is this double crochet. Okay, I have the stitch here. It's a little bit like deviated from the back loop somehow. So look at it, just take these 2 loops together, like this baby small front one and the large back one, and here we go. So I have my second double crochet in this row. I have double crochet above the 3 chains, and I have my double crochet above the second double crochet, and this is the corner. Okay, so as I told you, this will be increased. So this was increased in the previous row, now it's a part of the row. Okay, the increase is just these 2 here. Okay, so next I have my square. I have my chain 1 space here, so I'm gonna go inside the space. Okay, I'm gonna go inside the space, that's the easy part, and do a double crochet to complete this part. So I have chain 1 from the previous row, above it 1 double crochet, and this space here is the chain or the stitch for the double crochet from the previous row. I'm gonna yarn over and make a double crochet above it, or in it. Here we go. And again, I have another space. I'm gonna go in and make a double crochet. Okay, I have my increase or my corner from the previous row. I have 1. Okay, and I have another double crochet, go in and make my double crochet. So now I finished my row itself, all the spaces, and I am at the corner now. And at the corner, as usual, as always, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet. Okay, here we go. Really easy. Let's repeat. So I finished my corner. Now time to make my double crochet. The stitch, double crochet. Okay, another one. That was the increase or the corner from the previous row. Okay, let me bring some yarn here. Okay, and again I have the space, the first space, double crochet. Okay, double crochet from the previous row, above it another double crochet. Each stitch I'm gonna make a double crochet. Have the space, I have double crochet, the space or the square. Okay, and I have 2 double crochets here, so I'm gonna make 1 above each one. I have 1 and 2. Okay, and now I am at the corner. Here we go. This is the corner. I'm gonna go as usual. and now I am at the corner, the last one, and we finished half of it. And now it's time to do the 2 double crochet and the 2 chains to connect. 1, 2. I have my other 2 double crochets here, and my 3 chains I have 1, 2, and in the third one I'm gonna go and like slip stitch. Here we go. Okay, so this is the third row. Magic ring, first solid one from 4 like as a cross, 3 double crochet, the square row, and the solid row, the solid all double crochet. So this is the third one. So now we're gonna go to the fourth one and show you how to make a square. So I finished solid, now it's time to do a square or spaces like this one here. It'll be more obvious, of course, as we continue working. So the next row will be squares, it'll be more obvious, so let's go to it. Okay guys, let's start the next row, which is the 1, 2, 3, the fourth row, which will be squares, as we said. And again, as usual, we start with our trick. We're gonna chain 3 without doing anything and go anywhere. This is a double crochet, and inside that space, I'm gonna make a double crochet. Okay? That will be squares, right? So let's begin. So now after that I'm gonna make a chain, 1 chain, and I'm gonna skip the first one, which is above the 3 chains here, and the next one, which will be here, I'm gonna go and make a double crochet inside that stitch. Okay, and again chain 1. Next I'm gonna skip this one. This is the next stitch. I'm gonna skip it and go to the next stitch. Here we go. Make my chain 1, my double crochet, sorry, and again chain 1, skip this one, skip it, and go to the next one. Now will be a little bit easier than the first couple of rows. You know the work and you know how to do it, so you can do it anytime. And while like doing anything, I love crocheting when I'm watching something or listening to an audiobook. So after I know the pattern, it would be so much easier for me to do so. So again, so this is a tip for you. If you love crocheting and do something else, listening to something or watch something funny or movie, like multitask and enjoy your time. So again, I'm gonna chain 1 and skip this chain and go to the next one. Okay, and double crochet. Again, chain 1, and again skip this one and go to the next one, and double crochet. So here, to know that you are going in the right track in each row, in each square row, to be like more specific. Okay, so again, this is a trick that I found after like working 2 tops and the third one in the row. So as we start here, we start our 2 double crochet inside the corner, and we skipped 1 at the beginning here, right? We skipped 1 stitch above double crochet, like 3 chains is a double crochet. We skipped this one, so we start our part here, this part of our row, like with skipping 1 chain, right? You need to finish this one before the corner with skipping 1 chain. So you start each like corner with skipping 1 and skipping 1 before the corners, the cluster in the corners. Always, if there's something wrong, if you are finishing this part just before the corner with a double crochet above the stitch from the previous row, and you have no skipping stitch here, there's something wrong in the counting, and you need to count back that you did something wrong. You will find there's something wrong. This thing I found out while working, and really helps me a lot to not count each row, because we're gonna go and make a very big like a very big square, and I made a dress out of this square, so it was massive. It was a very super duper big square. So of course I will never be able to count down everyone, but when I finish my row with a double crochet, not skipping stitch, That's where I know there's something wrong, and I begin to look back for my counting and make sure it's perfect and nice, because if you skip this one, it will build on the fold counting, and the square will not be even and will be a little bit crooked after you finish, especially if you're gonna make a very big square. So this is like a trick to know that you're going in the like in the right way, okay? And as we finish this row, it'll be more obvious. So I end this part with a skipping stitch. So now I know I am on the right track. Now going back to our work, chain 1, and now I'm at corner, and as usual I'm gonna chain 2. Okay, 2 crochet and 2 chains. I'm sorry, 2 double crochet, and chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Right? So now I'm gonna chain 1. That means skipping the first stitch. Skip this one, and as usual, here it will be a little bit obvious, a little bit hidden. This one just before the double crochet. Again, skip this one, go to the next one, and make my double crochet. Chain 1, skip this one, go to this one to make my double crochet, and continue. Chain 1, skip, next, double crochet. Chain 1, skip, next, okay, double crochet. Chain 1, skip, double crochet. Okay, chain 1, skip, and now I'm at the corner. I end with skipping stitch as I started my part here. Skip stitch, skip stitch. And then again, I'm gonna go to my corner to make my increase, my cluster, my corner. That is 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets inside the same space. Here we go. So I have my corner. Chain 1, third part. Skip the first one. Go to the next stitch. Double crochet. Chain 1. Chain 1, skip. I am at the corner, so I am on the right track. See what I'm talking about here? So to know that you're on the right track, each time you make a square, you need to start between each corner. You need to start with a skipping stitch and with skipping stitch. That's when you know you are on the right track, and you don't need to look back for anything before. But if there's something faulty here, you missed something. You didn't the counting, like from underneath, you made 2 stitches in the same one, so you have 2 double crochet in the same stitch from the previous row, for example. Or you didn't skip the first stitch here, so you have your this one at the beginning here, not here. So you end up with a like a double crochet in the last stitch here, not skipping stitch. So you go back until you feel that you are at the right point, and count and see what's wrong. See your work. Like now you need to look very closely to see what's wrong. Don't build your work on a wrong track, because as I said, it will be wrong at the end, and you will lose time and effort, and you will start over. So don't do that. Okay, so each row, each square row, if you feel something wrong, you didn't finish with a skip stitch, as you start with a skip stitch, there's something wrong on the last 2 rows at least, take a look at them. Even if it's a very big square, it will be way easier to look to the last 2 rows and see the wrong in them than like start over again. Okay, so because I did that I did that, so this is my advice for you. Take it please, because I did that many times until I found out that thing here. It really helps me a lot in my work. So again, I made my chain 1 here, and I am at the corner, and this is the last corner which we finished the first part of it. Now it's time to do the second part, which is the 2 double crochet inside this corner, and my chain 2, and my 3 chains here, 1 2 3, and the third one. I'm gonna go and make my beautiful slip stitch to finish this row. Okay, here we go. And okay, from now on we're gonna repeat ourselves, to be honest. So I'm gonna show you now. I finished 1 square, so this is the square that I finished. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of big, and it's kind of big. It's not too big because I made a dress. Of course, you already saw it in the introduction or at the end. I don't know at this point because I'm still working on the project itself, but I made a dress. It was a huge square. So this one is kind of small for me. So this is the first, like the first row, and as you can see, all that work. Of course, I'm not gonna record all these rows because it's gonna take like a lot of effort and a lot of time recording, and you don't need all that. So I'm gonna make another couple of rows. So as you can see, I'm gonna just like put that here. So okay, so here's the one that we're working on, and this is the one that I made. So we are here now, but I wanted to show you the trick to know that you are in the right track and working. It's really important. Really saved my life. Really saved my life, and I know it will save you because I made like from a couple of years a video on YouTube. I had many comments of people that telling me that they did something wrong and they didn't finish with the skip stitch, and when they finished the row, the square was crooked and not okay, and they have to do it all over again. So please pay attention to this advice. It will save your life, save your time, your effort, and everything. So yeah, let's go to the next part. Okay guys, so I guess I need to zoom in a bit. So I'm almost there. So this is the 4th square. Okay, I'm gonna show you in the next section how it's gonna look like and how we're gonna seam it, but before I go, I need to show you how to seam it. So I am like almost there. So as you can see, it's just like just a little bit, and this is the row, so the row number 11. Okay, zoom in. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just gonna make another couple of double crochet as we usually do. Okay, so almost there, and I am at the corner. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just make 2 double crochet inside that space, and now it's time to make another 2 chains to finish. This is my cat. Anyway, okay, anyway, so focus with me. Anyway, so 1 2 3, and I am on the 3rd chain, and I'm gonna slip stitch like this, like we usually do, and here we go. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fasten off. So I'm gonna make another chain just like that, and I have my scissors just like here, and I'm gonna cut my yarn with a nice tail so I can hide it later on. Then cut the yarn, and then I'm gonna pull that yarn from my chain that I made, and then just like make sure it's closed. So here we go. This is how you finish your square, and now I cut the yarn and I'm ready to seam everything. So I finished like 4 squares. As I said, this is the 4th one. This is the 4th one. So I finished 4, so I'm gonna count how many rows. So of course, if you want to increase the rows to make like a larger size, you can do that. You can like decrease the number of the rows if you want to make it like extra small or small. This one is like for a medium large. So if you want to make it smaller, you're gonna decrease the number of the row. If you want to make it bigger, you're gonna increase the number of the row. I'm gonna like make a sheet, or like I'm gonna make something to tell you how many rows you can do for each size later on, but now we're here. So I'm gonna count how many rows I made. So from the first one here, so I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23. I have 23 rows in total from the center to the last row. Okay, so they are 23. So let's go to the next section to show you how to seam everything. And I'm sorry for my cat just like playing around on my table. So yeah, let's go and seam everything to make it wearable. See. So hello guys, in the next section where we're gonna seam our top together. As you can see, I have 4 squares, okay, and this is my cat. Okay, I have 4 squares, and this is how it's gonna look like when we begin to seam it. When we finish it, as you saw in the intro, the top looks beautiful. So as you can see, I have my 4 squares, and I arrange it on the ground so you can see what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna like go down a bit so you can see. Okay, as you can see, this is the center that we're gonna leave open because our body we're gonna come from the center, and this is the periphery of our top, like the lower part of the top. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna seam all these together. I'm gonna seam from the beginning here until we reach like a specific number. I'm gonna leave about like 18 from 16 to 18 stitches from each corner. Okay, it's not time to play. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the center open because our body will gonna come from this part. So I'm gonna seam all the way until this part here, as I told you, about like 16 or 18 stitches, and then I'm gonna go down like from the other side. I'm gonna seam all the way until I reach my 16 or 18 stitches, and again from this side to this part, and again from this side to this part, to leave this part like it will be completely open, just like this. Okay, and after we finish, I'm gonna show you how to make the straps so you can wear it, and after we finish the straps, it's done. So so say hello to my cat, and let's go to the next part, which I'm gonna go now, like take my squares and arrange it. Like the right side will be inside and the wrong side will be outside facing us, so we can like seam everything. Okay, so yeah, this is how it's gonna look like again. Like I'm gonna stand up so you can see. So let's go to our table to finish our project. Okay guys, welcome back to this section. And in this section, as I told you, we're gonna seam our top together, and we're gonna start with like 2 squares. We're gonna start with 2 squares, and then we attach the other 2 squares, and then we attach the 4 squares together. So at the beginning, okay, we're gonna need, before anything else, we're gonna need a marker so we can mark our stitches. Okay, and we're gonna use a 4.5mm hook instead of our 5mm hook. So this is for the work and this is for the seaming. So now it's time for the seaming. We're gonna use 4.5mm hook, and we have our scissor and our ring here. Don't even try. Okay, so let's start. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit so you can see. So what we're gonna do, we have our marker here. Before doing anything, we're gonna arrange our squares. So I love to leave like the tail like here. So like this will be the lower part of our top, so I can hide the tail, and I have a really long tail. I love to leave a long tail so I can hide it nicely inside the work. Later on, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do, but now it's time for seaming first. So this is the right side and this is the wrong side, because we're gonna have another one, like, and the wrong side will be facing us. This should be okay. Let me see. So here we go. So this is the lower part, as I have my tail, and I'm gonna arrange the other square just like this. And again, I have my cat just like here. Go. Okay. I'm sorry guys, but you know cats, if you have any cats, you know, like you can't control them. Anyway, so yeah, this is the wrong side as you can see, and this is right side. So the two of the right side would be facing inwards, and the like the wrong side would be facing outwards toward us, just like this. Wrong side, wrong side. And I have my two tails together just right here. So now we can seam, but before we're gonna seam everything, I'm gonna count like 18 I'm gonna count 18 stitches and add our marker in on each one. Okay, so let's do it. So as you can see, I have my marker, so I'm gonna seam all the way until I reach a marker and leave this part open. Okay, so let's start seaming. So now let's start seaming, and as I told you, I'm gonna use a 4.5mm hook with it, and I have my yarn here, just right here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my hook and insert inside the corner, the space of the corner. Okay, so I'm gonna insert from the first one and the space from the second one. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my yarn and like double it just like this, and I'm gonna leave a long tail so I can hide it later on. It would be easy for me. So I'm gonna hold it and have like a loop with my hands just like this, and then I'm gonna take the yarn and just like grab it from the two space here, the corner, and then with a double, just don't leave the double until you make one stitch to make it like attach it nicely. So now it's attached to my work, and now I'm gonna leave the tail. Okay, and take my yarn in my hand, just leave the tail to the side with the other tails here. Okay, leave it to the side, and now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna like slip stitch to the chains or the stitches that I have here, but I'm gonna do only to the back loop. Back loop will be, okay, as I'm attaching it, as you can see, okay, I'm gonna show you the back loop. But as you can see, every stitch have two loops, back loop and front loop. This is the back loop. The back loop will be the one at like facing me because it's the back, on the back of the work, and this is the front loop because it's at the right side of the work. Okay, so I have back loop and a front loop. I'm gonna go through the back loop only, this one only. So usually we go and take the two loops like this, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the back loop here only. So the back loop here will be facing me, and the back loop on this one will be like facing the wrong side, which will be facing the table, which will be this one here, this one here. Okay, this one on the back, not to the like right side, to the back, to the wrong side of the work. I hope you can understand. Okay, so I have two loops. This is the front loop and this is the back loop. I have two loops, front loop, back loop. I'm gonna take the back loop only in the work from this one, and the back loop here will be this one, which is the first one facing me. So if I'm gonna like count it as a 4 loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, so I'm gonna take the first and the fourth one and leave 2 and 3 inside. So when we finish our work, it will look seamless and look so beautiful. You're gonna see it when we finish. And let's start. So this is my tail. Take it away. Now this is my connecting yarn. Make sure all the tail away. And now time to seam. So I'm gonna go to the first stitch here and take my back loop, and then go to the first stitch here and take the back loop here, which is the fourth loop facing the table, and then I'm gonna slip stitch from all of them. Okay, don't make it too tight and don't make it too like loose. So again, I'm gonna go to the first loop, which is the back loop, and the fourth loop, the back loop facing the table, and slip stitch from all of them. Again, back loop and back loop facing the table on the first and fourth, and slip stitch. Again, again, slip stitch. 1, 4, and slip stitch, just like this. Okay. If you are working with me, it will be easy. So I hope when you reach this point you finished your squares, at least 2 squares, so you can seam them together. Have 1 and a 4, which is 2 back loops. See? Okay, and here we go. Don't make it too tight, don't just like make it so tight so you have like a space here, so it's kind of like taking the normal shape of the square. Okay, just like this. And again, I'm sorry about the cat. If she make any noise on the background, no, you can't control cats, and there is no place to like hold it in it. So here we go. You can see it will become easier when you work, as you can see. Looks so beautiful. So I'm gonna show you now how it looks from the other side, which is the right side. That's what I'm talking about. See this? So the 2 loops that we left, here we go, having this nice pattern. So you can see the seaming. You just see like a very nice 2 squares attached to each other in a very nice way without looking like cluttered or anything. Looks very smooth, very nice, and this is how it looks like. Let me just hold it. Very beautiful. So now I'm gonna like finish all the way until I reach my marker. So we're almost there. Okay, just continue working until you reach the marker. See? Yep. Lulu, what are you doing? Okay. Okay, so I have like 2 left. 1, and the last one, which has a marker, I'm gonna do it too. Okay, here we go, and we're done. As you can see, I reached my marker and we're done seaming. Make sure it's not tight and beautiful. And then we're gonna chain 1, and then we're gonna leave a nice tail. Okay, so I can hide it nicely later on. Cut the yarn, and then like grab that and pull. Here we go. So I finished the first seaming, and here we go. So this will be like an upper part to the back or the front until we finish the 4 squares, and that will be just like this. Okay, the top will be like this as you saw in the beginning, and then we're gonna make straps from here to the other side. Okay, the arm will be coming from this part. I'm gonna zoom out so you can see nicely. Okay, here we go. So 2 straps will be from here. This is the back or the front, and the arms coming from this side. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the next square and attach it to this one or this one, whatever. You just go around until you finish all the 4 squares, attach it to each other with the seaming. As you can see, the seaming looks so beautiful. like it's seamless, it's beautiful. So guys, let's do the next part, which will be attach this two to this two. Okay, so as you can see, this is the lower part and this is the right side. I'm gonna leave it just like this, and I have my other two like the wrong side facing upwards or facing towards me. So I have all the right side facing inside or inwards, and then I'm gonna arrange them just like this and have the two openings facing each other. That's the easier way to do it. Attach each two together and then attach like each part to the other part. That will be easy. So I have 2 bars now, not 4, so it's kind of easier for you. You can attach the whole thing all around, but this is like not confusing. Okay, so as you can see, I have my everything ready. So what I need to do now, I'm gonna leave this upper part open just like this one, and I'm gonna seam these two sides from down here all the way up. Okay, so guys, before we start making the straps, first of all we need to put everything in place. So this is the front of the right part of the top. I switch it like upside down. So this is the seaming. Okay, zoom in a bit so you can see this is the right side of the seaming. This is the wrong side, which we finished in the last chapter or last section. Okay, so the top is on the right side all over. That's when we're gonna make our strap. So okay, so what I did, I just arranged my top. So I have like the 3-part tails here, okay, to the sides, and then I have my one tail on each side, the front and the back. The front and the back is just like the same, so choose whatever you like. Actually the whole top is the same, but I like to do that. I like to have the like this part here, because this is a lot of yarn and need to be hidden. So it will be to the side, so it's just this. Okay, it will be the sides of the top. Okay, and then now it's time to make the strap. So yeah, let's do it. And again, I'm gonna use a 4.5mm hook, as I did in the seaming, to make my my straps. So I'm gonna start from the back to the front. Okay, so I choose this part, which I have the marker will be the back. So we're gonna start from the back to the front. Start from here. This is the back. So we'll start from the back to the front and then going back to the back again. I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. So zoom again. Okay, just like this, and let's do it. Again, I have my beautiful yarn, and again I'm gonna connect my yarn as I did before. I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna make our straps from this corner again. So we're gonna go inside the corner as we did before and take my beautiful yarn and leave a nice tail so I can hide it inside the work. Then I'm gonna go in and make one chain with the double strand, and then I'm gonna leave the tail to the side. Okay, and then I'm gonna make my strap. For me, I made about like 35 chains to make the strap to the front part. Of course, you can increase or decrease, just like put the top like on your body and see how many centimeters you're gonna need from back to front, and then make the chain just like the same length. So for me, 35 chains with this hook is beautiful. If I'm gonna use a bigger hook, like 5mm hook, I'll make about like 30. If I'm gonna use a smaller hook like 4, I'm gonna make about like a 40 or 38, just something like that. So for me, it's just nice. So you can control what you're doing, but for me, and in this course, I'm gonna make 35 chains. So again I'm gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 34 and 35. So as you can see, and the strap will be like this. Okay, so when you measure your chain, just like grab it like this a bit because it's kind of elastic, okay? And this top is really heavy, so it will take the strap and just like make it big like this. Okay, so when you measure to the centimeters or the ruler that you have, to the amount of the centimeters or inches that you want, just like go and just like hold it back like this. Don't leave it like this, okay? So I finished my chain, and then I'm gonna go to my front part, the front corner, and then I'm gonna go inside here and just grab the yarn and make one single crochet. And then, okay, this one was a little bit like a very wide kind of a chain. Okay, so oopsie. Okay, again I'm gonna go here, just adjusted this loop because it was so wide, and then I'm gonna go grab the yarn from it and then make a single crochet, and then I'm gonna go again inside the same corner and make another single crochet. Okay, that will help to make it wider, as you can see, because we're gonna make a half double crochet all over this chain. So I have like a nice base for my strap to hold on the top because it's really heavy, and at the same time it's secure enough to hold all that weight. It will be strong and beautiful, and you'll like feel secure when you wear that top. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just like grab that just like this and just like make it to the right side and find the right side, which is this V here. Okay, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna yarn over and go to the first chain that I have here. Where is it? Okay, can't find it. Yep, found it. It's a little bit hidden here, but it's okay. I'm gonna go in this first one. Okay, grab that one. It's kind of, yep, it's a little bit twisted, but here we go. Found it. So I have this chain or this loop. Just take the yarn through the first loop only. I have 3 loops now, and then I'm gonna go through the whole 3. So I finished my first half double crochet. And now I'm fixing my chain to be like facing the right side, facing me, and then I yarn over with that second chain here. And again, I'm gonna go and go through all 3. Of course, you can make a single crochet, you can make it a double crochet if you want it like have a kind of wider straps, but for me I found out like the half double crochet is like in the medium size, looks beautiful, not too wide, not too thin. So yeah, just like do you and be creative. Okay, so 3, again, next chain, 3 loops, go through 1 and then go through 3 and repeat. So as you can see, this is my strap. Okay, as you can see, looks beautiful, wide enough and nice, and it's in the right side, facing the right side. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish the whole length of my chain. So I'm gonna finish up with 35 chains in total because I have 35 half double crochet because I have 35 chains. As you can see, begin to reach the back again. So you start from the back to front, connect, and then going back with the half double crochet to the way, all the way to the back. And now I'm gonna show you how to finish the strap. So almost there. So as you can see, still have like about 1 or 2 left. Okay, so go in. Okay, here we go. So I have nothing left. It was the last one, which was the connecting one, and then I'm gonna go inside the corner and make a single crochet. So it's like wide and strong like this. And then I'm gonna like make 1 chain so I can cut my yarn, leave a nice tail, cut it, and like grab it and pull very tightly, just like this. So I have my strap just right here. So I have 2 tails here right now on the back, so now I can hide it to the back part. Will be hidden later on, but at the front, as you can see, this is the front. It's clean, beautiful, strong, and like beautiful. So I have my first strap on. Zoom out. Okay, so again, yeah, I have my first strap here. Beautiful. This is my armhole, and this is my body will be here, and okay, this is the back, and this is the front. I'm gonna repeat the same thing to the other side to make the next strap, which is like the last thing, like the last before finishing. So yeah, this is my top. This is my top. I'm so happy with the result. I'm so happy. Okay, I forgot another one. That's why you need to take another look. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna do it behind the camera because you know the process, but you know what I'm talking about. You need to, like, after you finish, especially with this big one, you need to like look all around. So I have another one left here. I'm gonna do it. And yeah, almost done. I secured my squares, I did my straps, I secured the like finishing and ending in everyone. Yeah, almost, except for this one. So yeah, it's done. It's beautiful. Yeah, I finished it. I'm so happy. Yeah, I really hope you like it. So yeah.